Thank you, Todd and Darren, for taking your time out to speak to me today
Absolutely.
about the second season of Mysterious Benedict Society. And just going to start off with sort of both of you. What were the differences in creating the first season to the second season?
There were quite a few differences. In season one, we stayed closer to the book. While we added many different things, it was a fairly faithful adaptation. I think in season two, we broadened it quite a bit. It stays the same spine. It's similar to the book, but season two, we take different avenues and different paths. And also, season two was shot in Los Angeles. Season one was shot in Canada. So we had entirely different crew in season two, and that made it, exciting. It's a little bit of a different look to the show, and those are kind of the big differences.
Yeah, and I got to add, sort of, how did you come up with the overall look of the series? Because it's kind of got like a quirky nature with like a retro but modern style. How did that come about?
I think, when Phil Hay and Matt Manfredi got together with James Bobin, they're the creators of the show, and James Bobin directed the pilot, and then the two of us came on board, and we were talking about influences and visions of like the kind of looks that we really enjoyed. Started pulling photographs and sketches and things like that from all over the place, and James Bobin, the director, put it all together and kind of set the look for the show, which we just set out to do something very striking and visual and presentational, and not like a lot of the stuff you see on TV.
And I would just add, Wes Anderson is a huge influence, and that dates back also to Orson Welles and shooting it in this classical style, which, if you notice, it's very much 90-degree angles. And so we never see a shoulder of someone. There's all these various rules that we follow to give it this unique look. Camera really only moves when it's tracking actors, things like that you're not really aware of when you watch the show. But as filmmakers behind the scenes, we follow those rules pretty diligently to give it that special look.
And one of the things I love about it is you can't really place the timing. Is it like 70s? Is it 80s? Is it
Mm-hmm.
today? And I love that whole aspect to it. Is that something that you took into consideration to kind of give it like longevity?
Yeah, well, that's from the books, right? The book series, it's this timeless, it's almost like Willy Wonka in a weird way, where Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where you don't really know where you are, but it feels familiar. And are you in the future? Are you in the past? And in Benedict, we have electric vehicles, but there's no computers, So playing with these different things and the music, borrowing music from the 70s, it gives you that retro vibe. But yet, like I said, there's electrical trains and things like that. So
There's
that
electric
balance.
cars, like all the car, not all of them, but probably 90% of the vehicles you see are electric. So it's almost like an alternate present where we didn't adopt these things that are annoying on TV, like cell phones.
Yeah, it kind of has that, like, is it like a parallel universe kind of feeling? I love that whole aspect to it. But what was kind of some of the bigger challenges, as our kind of final question, for working on this second season? I'll sit on over
Well, the
to you,
biggest
Dan.
challenge is we're shooting, it's in Europe and we're in Los Angeles. So that takes quite a bit of visual effects in terms of building a world. And this isn't a documentary. And this is our own world. Stone Town is a unique looking place, but we're going to France, we're going to Italy, we're going to Portugal. So it needs to have that feel, even though we were in America when we shot it. And, bless our crew and the great production designer and cinematographer and the visual effects to create that illusion. And thanks to Universal Studios and Warner Brothers on those backlots where we're shooting it to be like Europe, I think it came out great. And I think people all over the world are going to feel that they're in a different place, but a European vibe for sure.
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
add, yeah.
oh yeah, carry on.
I would add, when we were thinking about the season, we took the SS Shortcut, which is this ship from the book, and it was like, how do we find a ship to shoot on? There's one, the Queen Mary, that's docked off of Long Beach near LA. And if we can get that, that would be amazing. And there's no other place to do it. And we were able to shoot on that ship, which is docked, and it looks incredible. So
Yeah.
I was really fortunate.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out. I really enjoyed the first season. I enjoyed watching first couple episodes of the second season, which will arrive later this month on Disney Plus. But yeah, again, thank you so much for taking time out to speak to me today.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you
Cheers.
so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.